The IMF this week advised the government to adjust fiscal policies, streamline business regulations and eliminate investment policy uncertainties. While that advice is being looked at, President Geingob says implementation could have dire consequences in terms of unemployment, given that most Namibians were left out of the mainstream economy during the apartheid era.
But it's very interesting that they did, I think, the economic status where we are, but they never addressed the question of inequality, how we can address it in a country like this. You are only saying cut, but how about, now if you are saying liquidate this or what, how about the workers there? And then how about now you're going to send them to unemployment pool? The pool is already there. You don't think of inequality question.
The uncertainty created around the proposed new Equitable Economic Empowerment Framework, NEF, is unfair, he says. Government invited input from all stakeholders, including white Namibians, with the intent to relook at some of the provisions in the proposed NEF.
We are saying country has huge inequality,
Absolutely.
and we must do something to address it. And it is based on the color of people, which is worse. And therefore, to address that, now we said there was apartheid here, blacks were left out. We came, we said, let's hold hands, reconciliation. At political level, which we are controlling, we reconcile. We are saying at area where you are controlling, where you have economic power, let's also meet halfway. And that's where now NEF and these things are coming. They don't want to hear anything about it. As the local white people are doing, those ones come from New York and do the same thing.
The UNDP intends to release a full analysis report on Namibia's inequality in 2 months' time. The newly appointed UNDP resident representative, Alka Bhatia, says the report, once released, will inform development partners on the key areas that need intervention.
So that we actually bring out that evidence. If they can't see it, we bring it out in the kind of numbers in the various areas. Inequality is not only limited to incomes. Development is like, it's an ongoing, continuous thing. You can't really section it out like that. No, we understand that very well, and we really are attuned to that. That's why when I said our vision and mission is, it's about transforming the lives of people.
The World Bank's classification of Namibia as an upper middle income has over the years made it tough for the country to access funding from international institutions for development programs. The UN diplomat agrees, saying that the classification does not consider the realities on the ground, but merely concentrates on the country's population numbers.
You know, even recently they were in country, they're doing their new country strategy. So I actually had a kind of a very direct this thing to them. I said, I mean, you cannot have synthetic cutoffs like that. You need to take into account other dimensions. We don't do it on a monetary dimension, and you cannot penalize a country just because you have a small denominator in terms of the population.
I have been saying that since independence.
The United Nations Development Programme has aligned its priorities to those of the government so as to address poverty and structural inequality in Namibia.